Dear Taurus, gentle soul, grounded and strong, yet with a heart that yearns for beauty and the tender touch of understanding. I sense you're here not by mere chance, but perhaps because a soft whisper from the universe, a message meant only for your spirit, has gently guided you to this moment, this space. I feel a warmth in your presence, a quiet strength, and I thank you truly for opening your heart to these words, for the light you share, even in your quietest moments. Please, if you feel a stirring, a knowing, stay with me, for I believe there is something unfolding for you, something your soul has perhaps been patiently waiting to hear. And you know, don't you, that finding your way here to this very sharing wasn't just a random click, a passing thought. For souls like yours, Taurus, deeply connected to the rhythms of the earth and the unspoken truths of the heart, the universe often orchestrates these quiet synchronicities. There might be a gentle knowing, a subtle pull, a message that your intuition is ready to receive. Remember always that the tapestry of your future is woven by your own hands, your own choices, your own heart's deepest wisdom. These words, they are but whispers on the wind, offerings for your soul. If a particular breeze doesn't feel like it's meant for your sails, then simply let it pass with grace. But now, let us together, with open hearts, peer into the currents of energy that are softly shaping the landscapes of your life, the tender gardens of love, the flowing rivers of abundance, the sacred wellspring of your well-being, and the comforting hearth of family. First, a gentle nudge from the universe, a soft reminder that perhaps you've carried for too long. Oh, if only you could see the radiant light you hold, the way it shines, perhaps in the eyes of others, even when your own gaze is turned inward, sometimes focusing on the shadows you perceive. The universe whispers today of connection, of gentle camaraderie. It feels like a day where you might find yourself enveloped in the warmth of shared laughter, the comfort of understanding glances, discovering with a quiet surprise how many hearts beat in a rhythm so similar to your own. And isn't there a profound sweetness in such moments, a gentle unwinding of the spirit? It's like a soft rain after a long, dry spell, this feeling of shared humanity, a quiet reaffirmation that we are all indeed walking this path together. I sense an invitation here, a gentle call to truly see and be seen, to allow the warmth of these connections to nourish your soul. And within the sanctuary of your heart, where love resides, perhaps today a new kind of courage is blossoming. The energies feel tender yet bold, encouraging you to voice the unspoken, to perhaps extend a hand, to invite a deeper dance, or to make a change in the sacred space of your closest bonds, guided not by expectation, but by the pure, honest whispers of your heart. Let that feeling be your compass, for it can ignite such a beautiful, resonant energy in your world of love. And I feel too a stirring within you, a desire for a subtle shift, a blossoming into a new expression of self. You've often contemplated these inner transformations, haven't you, Taurus? But perhaps lately, a quiet weariness has settled. Maybe, just maybe, the universe is gently nudging you to play, to adorn yourself in ways that delight your spirit, like a flower unfurling its petals in a new shade. It could be something as simple as a new color that makes your heart sing, or a way of carrying yourself that feels more aligned with the magnificent being you are becoming. Oh, the quiet joy in allowing your inner light to reflect in your outer world, surprising even yourself with this newfound radiance. Now, I sense there might be moments, dear Taurus, when the world feels a little harsh, when frustrations or the echoes of old pains tempt you to seek release in ways that might only offer fleeting comfort, perhaps a momentary urge to spend, to acquire, to fill a space that yearns for something deeper. And while a small, sweet treat for the soul is always a kindness, the universe whispers of a more nourishing path. Could you perhaps channel that potent energy, that fire, into the sacred act of creation, into pouring your passion into something that makes your spirit sing, or even into the simple rhythm of movement, allowing your body to breathe out the tension, to find its own strong, steady beat? This feels like a path that truly honors the depth within you. And yes, the world will bring its messages, its calls, its demands. Today, it feels like a flurry of these might arrive, a mixture of the mundane and perhaps the unexpected. There could be information that sparks a new thought, a new direction. But also, be tender with yourself, for there might be moments when the weariness of another, perhaps a neighbor or even a dear one, seeks an outlet, and their heavy clouds might drift towards your gentle heart. It's all right to shield your light, to hold your peace. And through the necessary tasks, the quiet errands that keep life flowing, don't forget the invitation to breathe, to find a moment of joy, of connection, even amidst the ordinary. Perhaps you'll encounter someone whose perspective is a world away from your own, a mind that dances to a different drum. It could be in the quiet dedication of your morning ritual or across a shared table. This soul might carry beliefs that feel so foreign, perhaps deeply rooted in traditions you've never known. Or perhaps their ideas are like wildfire, bold and challenging. Oh, the universe so often brings these encounters, not to sway you from your own truth, but to expand your understanding, to gently open the windows of your perception. Can you listen with a heart that seeks not to agree or disagree, but simply to understand another human journey? And now, before we speak of the gentle guides of numbers and hues the universe might offer, if these words have touched a place within you, if you feel a resonance, a soft stirring of recognition, perhaps you might offer a small signal, a like, a whisper back. It is like a gentle encouragement, a reminder that these sharings, these heartfelt readings, find their way to souls who are seeking, and it helps these messages continue to flow, to perhaps touch another heart, just like yours. For today, dear Taurus, the vibrations of 73 and 9 seem to echo around you. Think of them not as rigid commands, but as gentle currents, subtle energies you might notice, perhaps woven into the fabric of your day. If an opportunity arises where these numbers feel significant, a quiet little nudge from the universe, then perhaps embrace it with a light heart. And the color that seems to shimmer with a special blessing for you today is red, the color of passion, of life force, of courage. Perhaps you might invite this color into your day, a soft scarf, a warm glow, a small token, not as a superstition, but as a conscious choice to embrace its energy, to feel its vibrancy supporting your own. If you find yourself choosing between colors today, perhaps let your heart be drawn to this hue, feeling how it might subtly lift your spirit, a quiet reminder of your own inner fire. I sense, dear one, that your heart is deeply engaged with emotional currents right now, feelings that have perhaps been swirling beneath the surface for some time. And in these moments, it can be tempting, can't it, to dim your own beautiful, innate qualities, those very parts of your Taurus essence that are so powerful, so needed. You might hesitate, thinking your grounded wisdom, your zodiacal DNA, as the other message put it, or your clear, rational sight might somehow disturb the waters for others. But oh, the universe whispers no. Do not be afraid to let your true nature shine. That very authenticity, that profound ability to see things clearly, to plan with wisdom, this is your sacred gift, an irresistible beacon. Imagine, if you will, a negotiation at work. Your calm strength, your clear vision, they can lead to such harmonious outcomes. Or a quiet conversation with a loved one. Your steady presence can bring such clarity, such understanding. And if someone seeks your counsel, your grounded perspective can be the very anchor they need to find their way. Today, whatever you touch with your words, with your knowing, has the potential to be deeply healing, deeply transformative for others. Now there might be a whisper on the wind, news that arrives carrying a shadow of concern, perhaps touching upon the well-being of a dear friend or a beloved family member. And the heart, so tender, can quickly feel a pang of worry, a fear of what might be. But I invite you, dear Taurus, to hold your peace, to breathe before you allow sadness to take root. Often, the universe presents these moments not as finalities, but as invitations to send our deepest love, our most positive light. The stars, in their mysterious dance, can sometimes create an illusion of impending difficulty, a tension that makes us brace for the worst. But the worst, so often, is just a shadow, a fear that never truly materializes. And even if the situation does hold a genuine challenge, remember the immense power of your own steady, loving energy. You can be a beacon of calm, a source of profound strength, projecting a spirit that uplifts and supports those around you. When I say bad news, it doesn't always mean the most dramatic or dire outcome. It could be the winds of change blowing through someone's career, a temporary setback, a moment of uncertainty. It's not always the storm we imagine. And this very moment feels like a beautiful opening to consider new pathways, new rhythms in the coming days. If life has felt a little too predictable, a little too much the same, perhaps the soul is yearning for a fresh breeze. Could you dream of an escape next weekend? A journey to the embrace of nature, the quiet solace of the countryside, or the majestic presence of the mountains? To wander with friends, sharing laughter and creating new memories, repeating the same patterns while comforting in its familiarity, can sometimes lead to a quiet weariness of the spirit. We are creatures of habit, it's true, but our souls, like our minds, also thrive on novelty, on the thrill of discovery. Sometimes, simply choosing a different path, a road less traveled, can awaken something magical within us, can bring such a profound sense of renewal. And I feel this so strongly for you now, Taurus. The universe is indeed preparing something deep, something truly transformative for you. It's as if a new season is dawning in your soul, and it is time, truly time, to step into the fullness of your power, your light. There's a shift occurring, a subtle yet profound recalibration, and it's calling you to gently, lovingly reclaim any parts of your sovereignty, your decision-making, that you may have unknowingly, perhaps out of kindness or a desire for peace, allowed to drift into the hands of others. Pay such tender attention to the energies around you, to the whispers of your own intuition. If a situation feels unsettling, if you sense that your path is being subtly steered by another's agenda, this is the moment, the sacred invitation, to stand firm in your own truth, in your own knowing. This journey ahead, it holds the promise of such beautiful success, of blossoming, but only, dear one, if your roots are deeply anchored in the soil of your own self-awareness. When you know, with a quiet certainty, who you are, what your heart truly desires, what your soul came here to express, then you can meet any situation, any challenge, with an unwavering confidence, a serene strength. And that, dear Taurus, is where your truest, most potent power resides. Today, that power, that energy, it feels undeniably potent, like a radiant sun within you. It's as if you are embodying the very essence of the King of Pentacles from the Tarot's wisdom, a grounded, successful, abundant presence. You radiate a quiet confidence, a deep sense of security, an aura that speaks of inner richness and outer grace. And people are noticing, dear one, whether you are fully aware of it or not. Your stability, your unwavering dedication, the very way you carry yourself with such earthy elegance, it's drawing attention, it's captivating. And I sense, too, that someone, perhaps quietly, almost secretly, is holding a deep and tender admiration for you, a passion they've kept veiled. They've been hiding these feelings, perhaps unsure, perhaps hesitant, but their respect, their attraction, it's growing, like a gentle stream becoming a river. They may not show it openly just yet, but trust, dear one, trust that the energies are shifting, and soon you will begin to see the signs, the subtle unfolding of this connection. And oh, the wheel of fortune, it is indeed turning for you, Taurus, bringing a current of unexpected change, a gentle yet profound shift in the landscape of your life. This isn't just a minor adjustment. It feels like something more significant, perhaps even radical in its beauty and its impact. It could be a sudden opening in your financial world, an opportunity that feels like a dream made manifest, or a deeply personal revelation that illuminates your path in a new way. Whatever its form, it's something your soul has been unconsciously, patiently preparing for, like a seed waiting for the perfect conditions to sprout. This card, it whispers of a surprising turn, a delightful twist in the story. Perhaps that very person who seemed distant or who was wrestling with their own feelings for you is now experiencing a profound realization, a moment of clarity. They might have been hesitant before, held back by their own shadows or uncertainties, but now they are seeing you, truly seeing you, in a new and radiant light, and the emotions they feel are becoming too powerful, too true, to ignore any longer. And if there have been moments, as the Hanged Man suggests, where things felt suspended, unclear, perhaps in a limbo state, whether in a relationship, a creative project, a career path, or a personal aspiration, please know this. That period of waiting, of apparent stillness, was never a denial, dear Taurus. It was a sacred pause. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, was gently aligning all the pieces, ensuring that the timing, the circumstances, the readiness of your own heart were all perfectly orchestrated for you to receive what was truly divinely meant for you. And now, the World card arrives, heralding a major, beautiful improvement, a significant up-leveling in your life. It could manifest as a new sense of home, a change in your living environment that brings deep peace and joy, or something that touches your lifestyle on an even more profound level, bringing a greater sense of fulfillment and alignment. This card is such a powerful affirmation that you are gracefully closing an old cycle, releasing what no longer serves, and stepping with courage and an open heart into a brand new chapter, filled with promise and light. And the Empress, oh, she is here to confirm with her abundant grace, that you are indeed standing fully in your power, dear Taurus. You are inherently attractive, not just in form, but in spirit. You are overflowing with a rich, creative, nurturing energy that naturally draws the right people, the most aligned opportunities, and abundant blessings towards you. But a gentle caution, a soft reminder from the universe: not everyone in the world rejoices when they see another's light shine brightly. Be discerning, dear one. Be aware of energies that may seek to manipulate or subtly deceive, especially when it comes to your resources, your material well-being. Protect your sacred abundance, trust implicitly in your own wise intuition, and never, ever let anyone dim the magnificent light that shines from within you. Now, when we turn our hearts to your well-being, your physical temple, it feels there might be a call for extra tenderness, extra care. If you've been feeling a bit more susceptible to illness, perhaps colds or a lingering fatigue, it could be a sign that your precious immune system is asking for support. And so often, this is deeply connected to the unseen burdens we carry, the weight of stress, the echoes of worry, the quiet anxieties that can deplete our vital energy. Science itself affirms how stress can gently, or sometimes not so gently, place a strain on our body's natural defenses. So, the universe whispers, nourish yourself well, with wholesome foods that delight your senses and build your strength. Could you gift yourself just 10 minutes each day for quiet reflection, for meditation, for simply breathing and being present with your own beautiful self? It's always such a profound act of self-love. And perhaps it's time to gently re-engage with those forms of movement, those activities that once brought you joy that you may have set aside. Those exercise routines, they are not just for the body, they are sacred rituals that lift the spirit, that clear the mind. And as you embrace them, you will feel your body responding, growing stronger, more vibrant, day by day. In the realm of your work, your contribution to the world, there's a call now to bring forth your full passion, your focused energy, especially towards that project, that aspiration you've held so dearly in your heart. It feels like the moment has truly arrived, the culmination of your efforts, where you can shine and demonstrate the depth of your skills, the value you bring. And yet, this isn't about a final proof, for in truth, our growth, our learning, our sharing of our gifts is a continuous unfolding, a lifelong dance of showing the world and ourselves the immense value we carry. So this is a beautiful, positive energy to embrace. However, if you find yourself in a space of uncertainty, perhaps where roles are shifting or the ground feels less stable, then tread with gentle wisdom in your communications. Not everyone in your professional sphere, alas, may have your purest intentions at heart. Remember, the world of work can sometimes feel like a competitive arena, and there will be those who are focused solely on their own ascent. Even those who present a friendly face, who may even feel like a confidant. It's a delicate balance, isn't it? To be open-hearted yet discerning, to build connection, but to also protect your own sacred energy and aspirations. Regarding the flow of abundance, your financial well-being, if you have been patiently, diligently setting aside resources, saving for that dream, that vision, it feels like a beautiful opening is arriving. You may soon be able to make those small yet significant investments you've been carefully considering. And perhaps, even if you doubted it before, you're now beginning to see, with clearer eyes, the profound wisdom in that discipline, that quiet act of setting aside a portion of your earnings, building a foundation from which larger dreams can launch, perhaps even a business that springs from your heart's passion. The flow of energy, even in our homes, in our daily lives, can carry significant costs if we are not mindful, if we don't have a gentle plan for efficiency. And this wisdom applies equally to those who are just beginning their journey of saving. There comes a moment, a quiet decision within, where you say, "Today, I begin. Today, I choose to save, no matter what, without excuse." It can be in the small things, dear one, becoming more conscious of your electricity use, exploring gentler, renewable sources if possible, or simply honoring the precious gift of water with mindful use. These may seem like tiny drops in a vast ocean, but when you look back, when you see the accumulated effect, you'll realize how these small, conscious choices allow your resources to gather, to grow, creating a gentle stream of abundance. Now, turning to the sacred space of love. For those of you in long-term relationships, there can be moments, can't there, when the daily rhythms, the shared responsibilities lead to friction, a risk of falling into a comfortable but perhaps uninspired rut. Sometimes, the simple division of household tasks can become a point of contention if not navigated with grace and open communication. Finding that perfect balance, that harmonious dance, isn't always easy, but this is where a little space, a little distance, can sometimes work its gentle magic. A period of individual pursuit where each partner honors their own separate hobbies, their own soul's callings, can be so incredibly healing. Perhaps your beloved yearns to explore the world of theater, while your heart is drawn to a different kind of adventure. It is in the tender embrace of tolerance, in the deep willingness to understand and honor each other's unique paths, that so many differences can be lovingly bridged, that any emerging coldness can be gently warmed by mutual respect and renewed connection. And for you, dear single Taurus, who may be venturing into the delicate dance of getting to know someone new, discovering the hidden landscapes of another's heart is a journey that unfolds in its own time, especially if you are carrying the tender echoes of a relationship that has recently ended. Those patterns, those routines we build, they can be hard to shift, can't they? But the beautiful and sometimes challenging truth is that sooner or later, the essence of who we are, who another is, gently reveals itself. And in those moments of discovery, as you are just beginning to know someone, a warm sense of humor, a clear and logical mind, and a compassionate heart will be your most wonderful allies, making the journey of connection so much more easeful, so much more positive. Regarding your own precious energy, dear Taurus, while I sense it is at a high and vibrant point, those emotional concerns, those tender spots in the heart, can sometimes lead to fluctuations in your mood, those inner ups and downs. The universe gently whispers an invitation to, just for a little while, allow your heart's deepest worries to rest, to find a quiet space, because right now, your spirit is being called to focus on the beautiful unfolding of your future. The most positive current to embrace today, the one to truly enhance, is the path of fresh air, of joyful recreational activities shared with people whose company genuinely uplifts your spirit. We must, with conscious intention, make the effort to surround ourselves with souls who nourish us, who reflect our own light back to us. Sometimes, out of habit, or perhaps a fear of loneliness, or even concern for what others might think, we maintain connections that no longer feel truly resonant, that subtly drain our precious energy. And though it may sound so simple, so obvious, the truth is profound. You deserve to be, and must choose to be, surrounded by people you genuinely like, whose presence feels like sunshine to your soul. And speaking of connections, when we look at the celestial dance of compatibility for you today, there are 3 signs with whom the energies feel particularly harmonious, particularly blessed. Firstly, with souls born under the sign of Virgo, there's a promise of a sensational day filled with deep trust, understanding, and a beautiful absence of conflict, a truly easeful connection. Secondly, with those who carry the vibrant fire of Leo, the day holds a great capacity for mutual understanding, for shared leadership, for a dynamic and inspiring interplay of energies. And thirdly, with the grounded and wise souls of Capricorn, it feels like a perfect day, imbued with a quiet certainty that all is well, that things are unfolding with a beautiful sense of order and purpose. Dear Taurus, this has been a tapestry of whispers, of reflections for you today. And as always, my heart is filled with such gratitude for your presence here, for allowing these words to touch your spirit. Remember, the truest purpose of these cosmic insights, these gentle predictions, is to serve as a guiding light, a soft illumination, so that you can navigate your path with even greater wisdom, making choices that are deeply aligned with your heart's truth. If these moments of sharing have resonated with you, a simple click of the like button is a beautiful way to affirm that connection. And if you wish, you can subscribe and activate the gentle chime of notifications so you won't miss the daily whispers from the universe. I hold a wish in my heart for you, dear Taurus, for a day that unfolds with countless positive manifestations, a day filled with grace, peace, and the quiet joy of knowing you are deeply loved and guided. A warm embrace, a big kiss to each and every one of you.